open Diagram Designer from the Start menu. You'll need to go to All Programs and then scroll down to the Diagram Designer folder and then open the application. On the right hand side you have your shapes. We use the Terminator shape for your start and stop. Drag it onto the page, double click it to change the text. If I want somebody to type something in, so I want to allow the user to, for example, type in a username, I would use a data block, drag that on. I use the keyword input and then the variable name, so input username. I can then join the start to the input using an arrow. I can anchor it. You see the little green square that appears there, so I anchor it on. What that will allow me to do is to move the shapes and the arrows stay with it. If I don't anchor it, I'll need to move the arrows individually. Okay, so I've input a username. Now let's try let's put a decision on, and in here I'm going to say username equals, what shall we have it, Bob. So it's looking for a user called Bob. Let's join it on using an arrow. Now if the username does equal Bob, I want it to log them on and give them a welcome message. If it doesn't equal Bob, I want it to give them an error message and ask them to input their username again. So let's start with the error message first. So username equals Bob. This is what's going to happen if, that's the wrong shape. Use the data one for the output. This is what's going to happen if they type in an incorrect username. So we're going to output incorrect username, try again. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Drag an arrow on, let's anchor it. And this is what happens if that is not true. So if username does not equal Bob. So I'm just going to drag a no onto here so we know which condition we're working with there. And then from here I want it to go back to input username. So I'm going to use a bendy arrow, anchor that on there, anchor that on there. Now see, everything all sticks together if I move them around. Obviously I just need to move the no label myself if I need to. And then another one here, output you have logged in. And then we just need to finish off our program with a Terminator. And join it up. Okay, once I've finished I can then export it. I do File, Export Page, and I can choose what type of graphic I want to export it as. The best ones are going to be either GIF, JPEG or PNG. It doesn't really matter which one you use for this. I would probably go with PNG. Save it somewhere where I'm going to find it. I need my N drive. Go to my documents and I'm just going to create a new folder. Save it in there. Okay, so that's saved an image of this, but if I want to go back and edit this later on, I need to save this as a DDD file. So save as DDD. Make sure it's in the right place. And that's it.